Man, did you really have to bring your girl? It's more like she even enjoyed gatherings like this.
A male voice said to Eddie, watching him as he fixated on a woman across the room, his gaze unwavering.
Nah, it's cool. She won't be a problem.
Eddie replied casually, still staring lustfully at the woman.
How are you even still with her, man? It's been 4 years. Plus, it's not like you're faithful to her.
The male voice added. Eddie shrugged, picking up his drink.
Chill, bro. She's wife material. Yeah, she's boring and she's kind of lame, but she works hard and never interrupts my phone.
With that, he started walking towards the woman he had been ogling. Jessica sat alone, her expression a mix of discomfort and confusion. She turned her head, scanning the room nervously. She had only come tonight because her friend insisted. 4 years ago, she met Eddie at her place of internship, a printing press organization. Back then, Eddie had been charming. He made her laugh, brought her lunch, and made her days at work feel special. For someone like Jessica, who had never been in a relationship before, Eddie felt like a dream. All her life, she had known the sting of unrequited love, but Eddie had changed that. The night he kissed her and asked her to be his woman was one of the happiest moments of her life. But things were different now. Eddie's interest in her had faded. He didn't need to say it. His actions screamed it. He barely called or texted anymore. Her friends had even spotted him with other women, openly flirting. And now, right before her eyes, he was doing it again. Yet, Jessica said nothing. She couldn't afford to lose Eddie. She, on the other hand, was just a nerd, plain and invisible. No guy would look at her twice. So she turned a blind eye to his behavior, swallowing her pain and clinging to the only man who had ever made her feel seen.
Babe, do you remember what today is?
Jessica asked, her voice soft, her eyes hopeful as she glanced at Eddie. He was slouched on the couch, barely paying attention, his fingers busy scrolling through his phone.
What day is it? Your birthday?
Eddie replied absent-mindedly, not even looking up.
No, silly. My birthday is until August.
Jessica said, a small smile tugging at her lips.
It's our 4th anniversary.
Oh, is it? Oh, time really flies.
Eddie said flatly, his eyes still glued to the screen. Jessica's smile faltered slightly, but she pressed on.
Can you make some time this evening? I have a surprise planned for you.
Her voice carried a hint of excitement, despite his indifference.
Okay, sure.
Eddie mumbled, standing up and heading towards the bathroom. Jessica stepped onto the bus, headed to the far end of town. Determined to find the perfect spices for Eddie's favorite dish, she couldn't help but smile as she thought about how his face would light up whenever he walked into her apartment and caught the aroma of the meal. Hours passed, and Jessica finally gathered all the necessary ingredients. As she prepared to cross the road, her phone buzzed with an incoming message from her friend. The image on the screen sent her world crashing down. Eddie in her apartment, passionately making out with another woman. Tears welled up in her eyes, blurring her vision. Stunned and heartbroken, Jessica absent-mindedly stepped into the road, failing to notice the speeding car hurtling towards her. In an instant, it struck her, and everything went blank.